Hello, it's Adam here from Music Radar. Today I am looking at Drumazon 2 from D16 Software. So Drumazon 2 is a long-awaited update to the original Drumazon, which is one of the first and best Roland 909 simulators in software. And that one came out a long time ago, and this new update, which is finally out, adds in a lot of new features, adds in a new look, adds in some new effects and things like that, a completely new way of synthesizing each drum sound individually. And it sounds really great, and it's really fun to use. So if you're making any 909 heavy music, techno and things like that, this is a really great option to have a look at. Let's start with a little overview of some of the features. Here you've got the main page which you'll land on. Let's start right at the top. So you've got scenes here. So those load up patterns as well as all the effects and things like that and all the tweaks on there. So that's a good place to get some inspiration. You'll see as you click on these, stuff changes completely on there. Let's go back to the init for now. And then you've got separate presets just for the drum kits themselves. And there's a load in here to start you off. At the top of the plugin here, you've got these controls for the 11 different sounds that are included in the 909 and in the Drumazon 2. So you've got the usual stuff that you would get on the original hardware, attack and decay, tune and things like that. And those go across the board there. You can get into more detail by clicking this button here. This switches between 4 different views in the plugins. So if you go into strips, you can go really granular with it there. So you can choose which thing you want to focus on. For example, the bass drum, you've got the controls there, and then you've got all these different EQs, compressions, and routing stuff. So you can really get in and fine-tune each element of the 909. In the middle here, this strip along the center is your 2 effects buses, which come with a load of different effects, really nicely tuned for 909 sounds. You've got a couple of different EQs, delays, reverbs, chorus bit crusher, and then these separate dynamic ones, and then a filter on the end. And they're all important, distortion, of course, over here. So we all love those classic 909 sounds, but they do require a fair bit of processing, especially to fit into modern music, and that's all built into the Drumazon 2 here, which is really nice. The third view here is master. So this is your master effects section. You've got a kind of fully featured multi-band compressor and a limiter. So that's going to be definitely important for fitting that into your mix. Obviously, you can add in whatever plugins you want after the chain, but it's really nice to have these built into the Drumazon, and they're specifically tailored for it as well, which is great. The fourth view is MIDI triggers, so you can set that up however you want across your keyboard, and then some trigger outs, which you can send to various places. So lots of detail, lots of control over pretty much any aspect you could want. The final part of the plugin is this pattern sequencer built in down the bottom. This is really fully featured. It comes with a load of presets for patterns. So you've got presets for the scenes, presets for the drum kits, and presets for patterns themselves. Let's just load in one of those for now, and you see that pops in down the bottom. So you've got full control over everything here. In draw mode, you can add in notes wherever you like, depending on the grid. You've also got a tap mode, so you can play things in live, and that will record those straight into there. And then a randomize button, which is going to add a bit of a chance and random to your beat as well, which is nice. You can choose different types of steps. So you've got a kind of normal and then an accented step, and you've got control over articulation, like flam and things like that. And then you can even fine tweak those down the bottom to be to set the velocity level for what a normal and accent and what a flam actually is and things like that. So yeah, loads and loads of detail in there. And you've got these nice chunky buttons over here to switch between patterns. So it's really taking everything that was so great about Drumazon and just adding a load more things into it. So the sounds themselves are fully synthesized now, and then you've got all these extra details to play with. What I'm going to do now is load up a couple of different presets. I load up a couple of different scenes, and we'll have a listen to how it sounds, which is all important, obviously. Another feature I really like with this sequencer down the bottom is this little export button here. So that allows you to drag out a MIDI file or a pattern and drop that straight in your DAW. So it might be easier for you to work like that. You kind of build up your pattern in the sequencer here and then drop it into your DAW and have that running as MIDI alongside it. So yeah, I think Drumazon 2 is a really great plugin. It sounds absolutely fantastic. It sounds huge, and there's just so much control over each individual tiny piece of the sound. But it also does come with a load of good presets for every section, so you can jump straight in there and get some massive sound straight away. It's out now on the D16 website. Currently, as I record this, it's on sale for €89, normal price €119. There's a demo available as well, so give that a try. It's definitely one of the nicest sounding and most feature-rich 909 plugins out there if that's what you're looking for. But there are obviously lots of other options around as well. But yeah, check out the demo and I'll be back for some more videos soon.